Alright YouTube, you guys asked for a combo tutorial for DRACOSLAYER. Here you go. So usually there is not any one particular combo you do. You assess your hands hand by hand to see what you can do.
People assume that time is a strict progression of cause to effect, but actually, from a non-linear, non-subjective viewpoint, it's more like a big ball of wibbly-wobbly, timey-wimey stuff.
Now, we are just in single player doing this. That is because I want to take time to show you how to set these boards up. So the first thing you would do with this hand is you would assess. You have Majesty, which is always good to start off with. You have Curtain Raiser, which we're playing the Draco face-off version. So Curtain Raiser is your kind of extender. You never want to see Fenrir and Curtain Raiser in the same hand. So here we have to decide whether to special Fenrir to grab another Fenrir or special Curtain Raiser. I think, personally, we're just going to start off with Curtain Raiser and just keep the Fenrir in hand. So we're going to pen scale the Curtain Raiser first. Then we're going to activate Duelist Alliance. So Duelist Alliance, we only have a couple targets for it in the deck. We have the Drake Overlord, the vanilla DRACOSLAYER, and then Luster. We're going to decide to get Luster here. This way it'll trigger Majesty as well. So then we will special Curtain Raiser out of the scale. Then we can just use our normal summon here on Majesty. So now we have our two pendulums to go ahead and link into Electromite. What do we do if Electromite eats a fat Imperm? She will simply resolve, sir. If she were to eat a fat Imperm here, cry about it. So we activate Electromite's effect. So what we're going to put into the extra deck here is Astrograph. The typical usual pen shenanigans. So we scale up, and then we activate Electromite's effect. We're going to pop the Majesty here, and then we add Astrograph Sorcerer back to our hand. Now we get all of our value right here. We get to add another Majesty to hand off of the Astrograph Sorcerer. That is not a bad draw. Now we get to link up into Beyond the Pendulum. Now we pay 12, and here we will search out anything we want. We're going to search out this guy, Amorphage Lechery. Amorphage Lechery is a new addition to this list. I think in my yugioh Pro, where I posted the deck list the first time, I mentioned I wanted to add this card. What this card does is when it's in the scale, neither player can activate spell cards or their effects except those of Amorphage cards. So it's a floodgate. So you set up your board, you scale this, and never worry about Super Poly again, baby. So this is what we're going to add off Beyond the Pendulum. Then we go ahead and pen scale it up, and then we can Pendulum Summon. So now we can Roto with Majesty, and Majesty will let us kind of increase the ceiling of our board just a bit. So we can grab Dynamite to hand, and then we can scale up Dynamite. And since we were fortunate enough to draw into Sky Iris, that really lets us kind of play even further here. So we get Dynamite to hand. And then we don't want to pop a card here. We really want to keep the Luster in scale since we added the Dynamite to hand. So now we will scale the Sky Iris, and we'll go ahead and activate it. And we will pop the Majesty in the scale. And then we'll add Odd Eyes Revolution Dragon to hand. Now we'll go ahead and scale Dynamite, and before we do anything further, we are going to overlay in a Magister Paladin before we forget to do this. We're going to activate its effect to add in the end phase. Then we're going to activate Magister Paladin's effect, detaching Majesty Pegasus. This gets our Spellcaster into the graveyard that we can revive off of Selene. So then we can special summon the other Majesty out of the extra deck. So now we can go ahead and link up into Selene, and Selene comes out and she should have exactly 3 counters. Alright, so now we can activate Selene, and we can special summon the other Majesty out of grave. Now we can use Dynamite and special summon the Luster out of our scale. This is exactly why we wanted to keep it there. So now we can go ahead and special away into the man, the myth, the face of the deck. Ignister Prominence himself comes out onto the board. Now we go Ignister, special a DRACOSLAYER, just get any of them, it doesn't matter. Now we've kind of assessed our board a little bit and where we can go. So what we're going to do is we're going to put Ignister and Selene into Zealantis. Do not activate it immediately. We're going to scale up Odd Eyes Revolution Dragon. We're going to go Odd Eyes Revolution Dragon effect, and we're going to bring back the Ignister Prominence once again. Now we're going to go Ignister Prominence effect, and we're going to special summon another DRACOSLAYER. Keep in mind, we want dragons in rotation. Alright, so here is where we're going to contact fuse into Dinoster. Alright, so now we can activate Zealantis. Banish everything, bring them all back. And then we can Ignister Prominence, special summon one DRACOSLAYER. We want to water here so it boosts Abyss Dweller. Now we can link these two off for Spheres, activate the effect of Dinoster, special summon one out of the hand, and go into Abyss Dweller. Then we can scale up Amorphage Lechery. We don't have to worry about Super Poly or any kind of spells at this point. and we can pass turn.
Now, I am quite aware that board does not look like a lot, but let's review it. That is a extra deck lock, locked out of spells, battle protection from pendulums, so once you use spheres in the standby phase to bounce Sky Iris back to hand and bring the Amberphage Goliath out of the deck at 0 attack and 0 defense, they cannot simply just go to battle and run it over. And you are getting guaranteed follow-up in the in-phase search of Skullcrabat Choker, so you can go ahead and use your normal summon on it the following turn to go ahead and push for lethal. If you guys are curious about a deck list, you can find it up there. If you're curious how this kind of deck did on ladder, you can find it up there. Both videos will be pinned down in the description. And if you like it, like, comment, subscribe. See you next time, guys. Peace.